Hello and welcome to Shoreline Music Monthly. My name is Mark Koshwitz, and I think we've got a fabulous show for you this month. I think you're going to enjoy it a lot. Though we've got a lot of winter left to go. We're turning now toward the sun, so the days are getting longer, and spring may not seem it because we got our first real cold snap out there right now, but it's coming. So that helps me get through February. I don't know if it'll do anything at all for you. But as I mentioned, we got a great show tonight. On the cabinet, we're going to look at a musical instrument known as the harmonetta, which I had a lot of fun putting together, and I think you will enjoy it very much. And in the station with me right now, I have one of my favorite bands, local bands of the area, and they are playing all the time, it seems, everywhere. But they found a little time to sneak in here this afternoon, so we're going to chat a little bit, and then we're going to turn them loose and let them play. So I've got with me Someone You Can Xray. Welcome, folks.
Thanks for having us.
And to make it easier on the viewers out here, we've got to my right, your left, we have got Dana Newman, who plays keyboards, harmonica, and amazing vocals. And to her right, we have Bryan Newman, guitars, vocals, amazing guitar.
Thank you.
And to my left, we have got somewhat of a Swiss Army knife of sorts. Bobby Pickett plays
Definitely the corkscrew.
a few things. And the farthest to my left, your right, is Mike Ryan, who plays drums and bangs on assorted other things as well. So welcome all in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad you could find time to sneak in. Bobby showed up in scrubs, and Brian showed up with a pizza, so it's all good. Just to get a handle on the band, maybe if I know one of you folks want to give me a chronological, like how long you've been together, or is there a origin story?
2012 in Essex with a guitar and me, and then we started writing things, and then we needed more people.
More people.
Yeah.
Now there's 7 of us on stage, 8 if you include Parker running around and making sure things sound good.
Who was here tonight too, behind the scenes?
Eating pizza.
Eating pizza.
So much pizza.
Someone's got to eat the pizza. Because I have noticed too, there's Xray Lite, there's Xray Trio, there's Someone You Can Xray, so that is varying numbers of folks. And
We don't like saying no to gigs, so we have different little configurations so we can sort of like ninja our way into whatever venue we need to in order to dominate the world.
All right, beautiful. Because I've caught a few gigs. I always enjoy them. Fabulous stuff. And so how many different things do you typically bring?
It depends on the show. Actually, mostly steel guitar and violin. Have a modified cello, some harmonicas, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Stuff like that.
Don't forget the low whistle.
Yeah, what what it's called? The low whistle.
The low whistle, yeah.
That's neat. I'd never seen one of those. I turned around one time when I heard a sound, and that's what was making it.
Penny whistle on steroids, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes, only sometimes, the light inside burns bright.
So you guys have been playing all over the place. With thoughts that this won't air until actually January 19th, is there anything big coming up that early alert on Spring Fests or?
Yeah, actually, happy birthday, Caitlin. That's my daughter's birthday, January 19th.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very
What a present she shall get.
We were just slowly starting the recording process again. So we're trying to release some stuff. So we're focusing a lot on getting songs together to record right now. So the winter, probably after January and February, things are going to pick up.
Yeah, start looking around again and putting things together.
Yep.
We've got a lot of outdoor things this summer. There's a lot of outdoor festivals and things in the Northeast region, brewery anniversaries
Festies
and
rock.
things.
I love festivals. I mean, I've found so many different bands. You know, you
Especially when you
go
get
to see one, and then there's all those others, and you leave with a new favorite. There's nothing better than that. at
And a
all.
new T-shirt.
And yes.
Collection of CDs.
I usually the ones I find next to someone's blanket, you know, is their. No, I don't do that.
While they're still wearing them.
I could be. And speaking of you getting back and recording again, one of my favorite album titles of last year was yours. I mean, that's just so cool. And Like-Minded Fools, if I didn't mangle it right, that's
correct.
I know it right. Okay. 'Cause-
That's how Bobby describes us.
Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Yeah, that was pretty much a no-brainer, so that's how it happened.
I just love it, you know, because the first thing I think is that, you know, the band, but then also the people that come to see the band, and, you know, it's just,
Oh,
it
yeah?
kind of sums it up in just a few words. It's very cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we all got to be crazy.
You have succeeded, my friend. You have succeeded. So now the writing end, is that basically the two of you to start, or is it, how do you guys write?
Most of the material that you know up till now is just because that's what we had written and rehearsed when we were the sole writers in the band. But we're getting a lot of input. Bobby is a great writer. He's got a lot of stuff, and John Clark, he writes too. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, and
looking
you
forward to adding more.
busted out one New Year's Eve. That was cool.
Yeah, it's stuff that we're just starting to have more voices and more people singing, and things are growing, and it feels good. And I'm really excited about the stuff that's coming now because everybody's kind of peppering their own little vibe into it.
Nice.
And the harmonies are fun.
And speaking of, mentioned Clark, maybe we should get a shout out to some of the other folks that find their way, in on
Javier
this.
Pietre, he is another percussion player. Mike's playing percussion, thank goodness. Also, we have James Clark and his twin brother John, respectively, on drums and bass. So,
Very cool. And they played Greg Sherrod, who was on this show as well. The Clark brothers were a fabulous band that came out of
That's right.
a little farther west, but same area. Yeah, it's all connected. Hello and welcome to the Cabinet of Curiosities. On this month's episode, we're going to discuss something known as the harmonetta. It's going to allow us to visit with our old friends Hohner to touch on something known as the harmonic table note layout and to indirectly, at least, invoke the name of Stevie Wonder. So it is a free reed instrument in the family of the accordion or harmonica. I've heard it more than one time discussed as the illegitimate child, perhaps, of the two of them. But as the name may attest, I think it is probably more closely related to the harmonica, the chord harmonica in particular. But a typical chord harmonica is very long, with the chords laid out horizontally, and sometimes with multiple decks, usually with multiple decks. And the player needs to be able to move swiftly to get to the different chords. They're laid out intuitively, but there still is a lot of jumping and going after them. With the harmonetta, well, perhaps this is a good time to take a quick look at how it works. If you remember our friend the harmonica from episode 4, where you get the same note whether you're breathing in or out, but rather than a paper roll with holes cut in it that allow the air to pass to the reeds, this has buttons and levers and springs and all kinds of crazy stuff inside, which we'll see some of that, but honestly not a lot of it, because I'm afraid to take it apart. With no buttons pushed, no sound. Now let's try the E, say. Push the button that says E. Same sound in and out. But 3 octaves. So one button, 3 octaves. With warnings of dissolving gaskets and flying springs, I'm not going to attempt to tear this down, but we can at least perhaps peek under the hood. Removing the top cover exposes the brass strips that block the wind chambers to the reeds. Removing the next plate exposes the button pads. So when you push a button, it causes the wind chamber cover to lift, allowing air to pass through the reed chamber, the reed chamber may very well have never been seen by human eyes once the gentleman who put it together closed it up. But they're in there because I can hear them. So it was invented by Ernst Zacharias, which is a pretty fun name to say. Sometimes I struggle to remember the names of inventors, but I think Ernst Zacharias I'm going to remember for a long time. But he was rather prolific. He worked for Hohner in the 50s through the early 80s, I believe. This was invented in the 50s. I believe the trademark was 55. But he was a very prolific inventor who also invented the claviola, the pianet, and most famously, the clavinet. And if you've ever heard Stevie Wonder's song Superstition, that distinctive sound that runs through it, you are familiar with the sound of the clavinet. Right now you're probably saying to yourself, hey Mark, you say it's a chord harmonica, but you haven't played us a darn chord yet. And you're right. So why don't we do that? So as each of the reed chambers are operated independently, you can have as many open at one time as you would like. So let's take a look at the E chord. Well, we want our E. But the E chord is E, G sharp, and B. So now we're going to add our G sharp and our B. E chord. But Well, this is probably a good time to mention the harmonic table note layout. Goes back as far as the 18th century. It's a note layout where the root and the thirds and fifths are located to make chord building intuitive and easy. You remember our E chord, which was E, G sharp, and B. Well, if you look at the layout of the notes on the keyboard, your E, G sharp, and B, there's a little scalloped bevel in the middle of the three of them, where putting your finger and pushing down, you can get all three. With one finger, one hand, and 3 octaves. Now, say E minor. E, G, and B, like where the scallop meets, the points meet at the minor. Again, 3 octaves. The fifth is also right there. Diminished chords run diagonal, suspended fourths are 3-note diagonal. Again, we're really not going to get too deep into that. I'm not a music major. I just love music. But very easy, intuitive to use. The keyboard is doubled, so each hand has each set. You can see the 2 E's here, and then the 2 B's, and the 2 F sharps. They run. It's not a mirror image, it's just doubled. But they're both there, they're all there for each hand. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the harmonetta and the harmonic table, and now you know what that cool sound is in superstition as well. It's a bonus right there. If any of it rang a bell with you, get out there and look it up. Remember, if you can make a sound with something, you could probably play it. Well, that's our show. Thanks again for watching. We're on Tuesday night, our 2 most recent episodes on VSCTV every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So tune in. If it's any night other than Tuesday and you'd like to see any of our episodes at all, find us. The Shoreline Music Monthly YouTube channel has every episode we've ever filmed, along with some interesting bonus pieces, and I think you would like to find that. We mentioned Greg Sherrod earlier, and he's been on this show. He's an old friend of mine, and he is, actually by the time this airs, he'll already be there. He's heading to Europe for a little mini tour. So bon voyage, Greg, and good luck over there, knock 'em dead, and come back safe. And thank you all for watching, and remember, all these folks are out there playing for you. Get out, catch them, enjoy the music on our wonderful shoreline. We'll see you next month.
Naive, never find me. Hide it well. Carry out atrocities with only one great cell. The snapping and the scrapping is not to be. For some education and reach to me. See, the more I believe I get, less and less naive. See, the more I believe I get, less and less naive. Naive, naive. Naive, naive. Naive, naive. Naive, naive.